Welcome to episode number 22 of the Simplified Integration Podcast, The Turnkey Myth.
Leonardo da Vinci once said that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and I agree. You see, the problem with the way that most consulting groups approach medical integration is anything but simple. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's expensive, it's complicated, and quite frankly, it's exhausting. Enough is enough. There are far too many amazing integrated clinics that are struggling. Well, I'm on a mission to change that. What I've come to find from over 5 years working with integrated practices is that simplicity really is the secret. The old saying of less is more is true. Through a streamlined approach, I was able to create multiple successful 7-figure integrated clinics, and now I'm going to show you how you can do the same. Join me as I share with you the secrets to successful medical integration and practice growth. Join me on a journey to greater sophistication through innovation. I'm Dr. Andrew Wells, and welcome to the Simplified Integration Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, Doc? This is Dr. Andrew Wells. Welcome to the Simplified Integration Podcast. So today we're going to talk about this myth of the turnkey solution to integration. And I want to break this down for you because I think when consulting groups and management groups are saying that there's a turnkey solution integration, I think that is very misleading. So I want to break down what I think they mean by that, and also what you need to be aware of. So this podcast is geared to doctors who are considering integration, but they haven't quite done it yet. If you've already integrated and you were told this is going to be a turnkey solution, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you want to listen to this episode, if it doesn't piss you off too much, please by all means listen. But I think you'll be able to relate to what I'm talking about. Now, integrating your office is one thing. Being successful at integration is a completely different thing. And what I think a lot of companies do when they say we provide you a turnkey solution with integration, what they're really saying is we will get your office integrated. That's it. And I'm here to tell you that's actually a really easy thing to do. It doesn't take a lot of knowledge to hire a healthcare attorney, set up a new LLC, get a medical entity started, find a medical doctor and a nurse practitioner who want to work with you in your office. Like, if you can do that, then you can create an integrated office. That's not very hard to do. It doesn't take a lot of money to do that. It doesn't take a lot of time to do that. In fact, I teach docs how to do that in less than 90 days for less than $10,000. Like, that's the simple part. Now, sometimes I think groups prey on chiropractors who think that part is difficult to do. And I'm here to tell you that part's the easy part. Finding your MD, getting your business set up, all that stuff. Like, you hire someone to do all that stuff. It's not very expensive. Again, it doesn't take very long to do. And voila, you're integrated. The question then becomes, okay, now what do I do with that? And so here's the problem that a lot of docs run into is they integrate, and these consulting groups say, okay, now you can do trigger point injections and DME and regenerative medicine and all these other different therapies, rehab, use this equipment. And so doctors are left to try to juggle 15 to 20 different therapies and how to run a medical office with new protocols and new paperwork and new compliance rules. It's a lot to go over. Then you have to figure out the marketing, how to do case management, who does case management, how to fill out the notes. So you have this, all of a sudden you've integrated, and then you have this insanely complex business model to try to run while carrying this massively high overhead, which is why so many doctors who integrate go out of business the first year, because they got this turnkey solution. And yes, they were integrated, but they had no idea how to run it. And that really bothers me, because I'm lumped into that group of consultants and management groups that teach integration. But there are a lot of people that really offer very, very little value for what they're charging. And so I find issue with that. You know, the hard work starts once you integrate. That's when the hard work starts. And here's how the game is played. And so many different consulting groups do this, is they get a doc integrated, they start seeing medical patients, and then they realize they have no clue what they're doing. They don't know how to maximize insurance reimbursement. They don't know what services to offer. They don't know when to offer them. So they call up their management company and say, hey, I'm lost. Like, I'm having trouble figuring it out. And what does the management company do? Oh, you need help with case management. Come to our case management workshop. That's $5,000. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to sell high ticket regenerative medicine. I don't know how to charge for that. I don't know how to sell it. Oh, you need help with selling high ticket care plans. Come to my $7,000 workshop that we're having next month, and we'll teach you how to do that. So all of a sudden, like when docs start struggling, these consulting groups, their answer is, well, give me some more money and I'll show you how to do that. And so that whole concept of a turnkey solution was total BS. And that's why doctors get so fed up with integrations, because they didn't realize like it wasn't turnkey to begin with. It was actually really difficult. And then they get milked for all this extra money on the back end because they just don't know how to make the office run. And I can tell you from experience, like they're super complicated. If you're not an expert in marketing, an expert in sales, an expert in business administration and management, you're going to struggle and you're going to suffer. And I've known some really intelligent doctors, very smart, successful doctors who have struggled, gone out of business, went bankrupt, lost a bunch of money because, again, that turnkey solution really didn't work, and it turned out not to be turnkey in the end. And so, and by the way, like if you've ever had the unique opportunity to go to like a consulting group seminar, like a lot of the big box consulting groups will have like mastermind groups or seminars that you can attend. Here's what happens. You go to the event, they sit you down, and it's a parade of vendors, one after another, vendor after vendor after vendor after vendor, trying to sell you on their service, their program, their therapy, their case management solution, their front desk solution. So you buy all these different programs, and then 6 months later, the same group has the exact same seminar with a whole new parade of vendors. It's this vendor, that vendor, that vendor. And the question is, well, which of these things do I do? And where did the vendors go that were here last 6 months ago? So it's this like revolving door of selling that happens once you integrate. And that's like the dirty little secret of integration that the companies don't want to tell you up front, and hope that you don't figure out up front, because if you did, you would never integrate in the first place, because it's an insane decision to do it the way most consulting groups teach it. And so that's like, and this is why doctors now are like really cautious of integrating, and they're skeptical, because you've probably heard the stories, you've seen doctors try it and struggle with it. And so I think doctors are a lot smarter now. And so if you've listened to any of the stuff I talk about, I don't talk about turnkey solutions, because if you integrate, or if you do one of my programs, like it's going to be work. It's hard work. There's learning involved. There's skills that you need to learn. And I think my job as a consultant is to teach you those skills. And so it's not a turnkey solution. There's work involved, like starting any new venture or any new type of therapy or anything in your life. It's going to take some hard work. There's a learning curve to it, but there is a way to do it. And so on the flip side of that, there are integrated offices that are very successful, that run very smoothly, that don't take up a lot of the doctor's time, that are profitable, that are helping lots of patients. But there's a path to that. There's a way to do that. And I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing as a plug-and-play system that you can put in your office and it magically runs all by itself. And if you're thinking about integration, you want to be asking these questions, like what do you provide me for my money in terms of case management help, front desk help, scripting? Like, are these programs included in your program, or am I going to have to learn them on my own or pay extra money for them? Those are all the questions that you need to ask if you're considering integration. So my whole course is called Simplified Integration for one reason, is that we've removed a lot of that BS that comes with traditional integration. We've truly removed a lot of it. And my job is to help you wade through the difficulty of integration once you've integrated. Again, the beginning is the easy part. The hard part comes once you actually start seeing patients and doing marketing and are trying to grow your practice. That's where the work actually starts. So if you're interested in integration, if you're interested in resources on what it actually looks like, please hit me up on my email. It's info@integrationsecrets.com. Go back and listen to previous podcast episodes. I've got some awesome skills and wisdom I've learned over the years of running integrated offices, successful integrated offices, and I would love to share that with you at the very least, to give you a realistic expectation of what integration actually looks like. So Doc, thanks for listening. I hope this helps you if you're considering integration. I hope that gives you maybe a clearer picture of what to expect. Again, it's not like a get rich quick overnight type of scenario, and I hope you understand that. And that's why I did this episode. So I hope you found this content valuable. I hope you can use it to help grow your practice and do things the smarter and simpler way. So Doc, thanks for being on here. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, innovators, thanks for listening to the Simplified Integration Podcast. The fact that you're listening tells me that you're like me, someone who loves simplicity. And the truth is, those who embrace simplicity are some of the greatest innovators. So I hope you got a ton of value from what we covered on today's episode. Be sure to subscribe and share with other docs that you feel could benefit from greater sophistication through simplification and innovation. If you've got specific questions that you'd like answered on this podcast, or you've got specific topics that you'd like me to discuss, just shoot me an email at info@integrationsecrets.com. That's info@integrationsecrets.com.